All right, let's see if this thing start working. All right. Looks like we are on. If this thing shows, there it is. All right, we are on. It's official. We have some leaked community day footage, some newly leaked information for 2K25. I can't understand why 2K just didn't give us this information. What up, Rosa Perks? Darky Gaming, Housey in the building. What's good, y'all? But yeah, it's I don't know if you guys saw the
Let's
video that
go,
I uploaded
Koji.
today. Appreciate the sub, RGB. Thank you for the follow. It's just Wayne in the building, goated god legend out there. What up, Dennis? What up, y'all? Post up 2K, swag in the building, Rich. Salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Jamil, what's goody, brother? Ski, what up, Ab? Skill, KQ. What up, man? YouTube Premium. Meeks Almighty. What up, y'all? What up? Good morning. Man. So these folks got invited to the good homie J Mac TV. Y'all go check him out, man. Be sure to check him out. What up, Easy? Ruben. Rise and Elite are officially back, Mr. G Lock. I dropped the video already on it. I just uploaded it before going live right now. Yeah, they're officially back. What up, Hoax? Will Latimer, what's good? Yeah, J Mac. Salute to J Mac. Word up. Jamil the King said J Mac made it. He deserves it, man. J Mac has been going crazy. I appreciate that, Amra Beats. Appreciate that. Salute. Rome in the building. What up, Rome? But yeah, go check out J Mac TV. He dropped a video. He got invited to Community Day like last minute. And he shared some of the swag items that they have. And if you guys want to see the swag items and understand why we know Rise and Elite affiliations are coming back for 2K25, you'll be able to see it in that video that I uploaded either on my channel or the one that J Mac uploaded on his channel. I have a link on my channel to his channel, so if you guys want to check that out. Can we just get a basketball game? Just a real basketball game. So top 10 is officially coming back. Rise and Elite affiliations are officially coming back. But there's something else that I'll show you guys right now. It's this. No, that's not it. That's the top 10. Well, that's one of the top 10 pins. And then I'll show you guys the other pin that kind of left us confused. We don't know what's this pin referencing. This pin right here. These are actual pins that you put on like a shirt or jacket or something. And this pin right here is like a goat logo. And has a crown on it. It's the goat with a crown. So I appreciate that. Salute to you, Rich City. Thank you for coming through. No. It is memorabilia. Facts. Yeah. It is memorabilia for them to have, but they never would. They actually gave them notice that they can share this. Just so you guys know, this is not, they couldn't even show everything they had in the bag. Let me pull this down. What up, officially? Yeah, they couldn't show everything they had in the bag. Like J Mac, he had a hoodie. They gave him a hoodie. So there was something on the back of the hoodie that I guess was telling, and they didn't want that released. So he couldn't even flip the hoodie around to show you what's on the back. Surely there's memorabilia for them, but they won't have the previous year's stuff in this year's. Joe knows drop dates for breakdown. Nice. Community Day been low key. Haven't heard about it until yesterday. Yeah, it's been hella low key. And J Mac on his channel, the video he uploaded, he shared it. He said, there's stuff that we can't talk about. He couldn't even tell us who else was invited to Community Day, which I thought was kind of wild too. I'm like, damn. They got you under wraps like that. I mean, second they get off the flight, mess around, they had them sign that NDA. Or maybe they signed it before they even went or agreed. I imagine that was in the contract for them to even go. But they're out there. They're out there right now. And usually the way this thing works, yeah, at least from my experience, you guys tell me if you know anything different. but they're set on an embargo. So as they're playing, they can't drop anything. And sometimes they'll have it to where they can drop information like nearing the last day of their community day weekend or whatnot. I guess some real IQ teammates, nice. Yeah, Proving Grounds. I noticed that as well. Proving Grounds is going to be something. Hopefully, we get some more information. City would be one of the first invites to be sent out, but 2K don't like when we speak the truth. Tell them again. I can't. You can't send me to Community Day. I'm not. I don't think I'm the dude that you want to send to Community Day. 2K don't want to send me, and I don't think me being around some of the other creators or 2K staff is a good idea. Because I know I won't be able to hold myself back. Not that I'll be on some drama type of stuff. I won't start no drama, but I'll definitely ask questions, the right questions. Do you get what I mean to say? And I don't think that'll hold up well. Thank you, Digital. Appreciate you watching, man. Salute to everybody who's in the chat. And by the way, drop them subs if you're new here. Drop the subs. Definitely appreciate it. We're still out here doing our best to grow. We hit 100K recently. Salute to everybody who was there for that celebration. Super dope. Hell yeah. Salute to the homie Brute. Thank you, Ray Jackson. All the creatures. he said Ray Jackson said 2K top news guy. Shout out to Brute 2, 100, and all other creatures. J Mac is a real one. I've been, salute to J Mac, by the way. He's the one who leaked this information. He is a real one, man. He's been grinding hard. I watch him. I like his content. I like the way he makes it. It's good to see the homies grinding and good things happen for them. Benito, what's up, man? Do you think Stacks sold out? You're not finna get me on that. You're not getting me to drama for no reason. I don't like burning bridges. I like building them. To each their own, man. I don't know what you guys think, but sound off in the comments whether you think Stacks sold out or not. He's got a job to do, yeah. So, and he's doing his job. To me, Jay and Brew are the realest. Nice. Salute. Goat thing is my team rep. The goat thing is I thought of that easy. I thought of that as well. When I saw the goat thing, I thought it might have been my team rep. If you guys don't know, my team rep is coming. If you guys don't know as well, some like huge news. I dropped a video yesterday about the My Team game mode. And if you guys aren't, I know if you're anything like me, I don't play My Team. So if you're anything like me, you probably don't play My Team either. But this year, they're bringing Park to My Team. So you're going to be able to, and it's going to be in the NBA 2K16 River City Championship court, the one that's on top of the roof. After we won the championship in NBA 2K16, they gave us a whole new park, and they put us on top of the roof. Yeah, that's what we're playing on in my park for NBA 2K25's My Team. Now, my park has never been incorporated into My Team, so now you'll be able to take your NBA players, the players that you've accumulated, whatever cards, and you're able to bring them into my park. And the way it works is you're going to be walking around with your my player, your created my player. You're going to be walking around with that player, in the park. And then when you hop on, what up, love? What up, bro? Salute. Then when you hop on the court, your team will be displayed. And also, they're doing, sounds dope, bro. I'm super hyped about that. It sounds dope. They're also offering options where like you'll have certain cards hovering above your head. And there's also going to be reps. So rep is an entire year sort of thing. So there's going to be rep rewards as well. Your rep is going to be like the same way it is in my career, where it's the entire year progress through the year. That's what's going to be for my team. EJ being there was surprising. He definitely. Oh, EJ went as well. Salute to EJ, man. EJ's been working extra hard. Not selling myself for nothing. Jesus is my savior, but I'm about to pre-order in a few. I feel you, Corey King. I might have to pre-order too. Have you guys seen Black Myth Wukong? That's like the new wave. Guyanese Mamba, appreciate you joining. What up? What up, Glocks? You think it's something like when you play with against ATM? It could be. I'm glad you brought that up. because we did see the proving grounds. Then I'm not 100% sure. I can't speculate until I get more information. I don't know what they're doing with the proving grounds. Yeah, Black Myth Wukong is lit. What up, No Cat? What's goody? Sounds like my phase out my career park. Mess around, right? That my team stuff sounds like it might phase out my career park. Yep. Yep. Top 10 is officially back, yeah. I'll show you guys the proof. Top 10 is officially back. Elite and Rise affiliations are officially back, yeah. I'll show you what it is. So I'll just show this one. This, in case you guys are just tuning in, let me make sure I pull it up right. So this was the GOAT badge that I just showed you guys a second ago, and we'll show you guys the top 10. These are things in the Rise affiliations, and I'll show you guys. So there's a pin that somebody received at Community Day. It's the top 10 pin. You guys see that there. And then let me pull it up right now. Then we have the Rise affiliation pin that they got in their swag bag. Yeah, these things, they're officially back. Is happening. I know what up, Spanish Jose? What up, man? Appreciate the love. I'm going Elite this year. I went Elite last year and I should have went Rise. The heat check joint was too OP. There was a lot of people making good use of that. I can't believe the game comes out in less than 2 weeks and we've seen less than 2 minutes of gameplay. Say it again, Hendrix. Say it again. Man, you ain't lying. We got folks at Community Day testing the game playing the game right now. I don't want to say testing because then folks start getting confused. Like they have the ability to change. I think it could be kind of like 2K21. Proving Grounds could be the new Rookieville. That crossed my mind as well. That's why I was like, I don't know if I could speculate on this because so many things cross your mind when you're thinking about the Proving Grounds. 289 in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here as always. I'm going Elite or Rise, only my team. Cap breakers will be like at Veteran 2. No one will get it. I don't know. I mean, I'm damn near right there at Veteran 2, and I barely played 2K24. Bro, it's about to be Community Day, and I haven't seen play now gameplay. It's tough, Slum City. It's tough, bro. This is the 2K way. Listen, I don't know what you guys think, but the way I see it is like, if I'm a creator, I understand 2K got marketing and by the way, marketing is their number one line item expense. So this is all like very much calculated. Their rollout, every bit of information that you guys receive is very much calculated. Do you have a PO box? I would love to gift you. I appreciate that, Spanish Jose. I've been thinking about getting the PO box. It moved not too long ago to this new area, so I have to set up a PO box. But I might make it happen sooner than later because I get a ton of offers from different companies trying to send me stuff. So I might need to set that up very soon. Get with me. I have it set up by the end of 2K. Well, in between 2K25, I have it set up sometime. Elite is River City confirmed? Really? Is confirmed? Well, we know River City is making its comeback. I don't know if it's gonna be confirmed. I haven't seen it yet. I woke up this morning, saw that video for J-Mac, and got to working to get you guys the video, and then I immediately went live. So I got a ton of catching up. I intend to be live here for about an hour. So I wanted to kick it with you guys for the information that we got. Then I'll log off and go see what's been dug up from other folks at Community Day. But Isaiah Woods said Elite is River City, confirmed, with a bunch of exclamation points. Then what's for current gen? You guys could count current gen out. I imagine that this might be the last year for current gen. At the most, I think we got one more year, but who knows? I noticed that this year is something different where they really not even referencing current gen. I noticed that this year is very different. They're really putting a lot of emphasis on new gen, well, old gen, I should say. Yeah, old gen and current gen. New gen is current gen. It don't be so confusing. It's not confusing to me, but just the proper phrasing. Folks began offended. Like, how dare you call new gen current gen or old gen current gen? Anyway, top 10 is so dumb. I don't like top 10 either. I'm not intrigued. I've hit legend multiple times playing 2K over the years, but top 10. Listen. The grind is so strenuous to hit legend that you didn't want any additional effort. to grind to legend. It was so taxing as a player. Every single day, sweat fest. And then as soon as you're getting close, folks start seeing you. They try extra hard. What up, Slits? They gave them some old 2K24 stuff. That goat pin is exactly the same as the goat mask. I doubt they gave them old 2K24 stuff. I doubt that. Top 10, the idea of continuing to grind after you done got there, because you know there's a ton of people who are on that same type of time. I was never one of the first to hit legend. I was always coming up the ranks. Well, these folks are out there at top 10 and they keep going. Like you said, I think top 10 will be for my team only. Interesting. That'll be interesting. Maybe that because 2K told J-Mac mentioned this. 2K told them that you guys are allowed to show this. So I understand too. I know what you meant, Ray Jackson. You could being that 2K's priority is marketing, and they told the what up Air Stampede, they told these creators that have gotten invited to Community Day that you can show these pins. And J-Riz Twin, the good homie J-Riz Twin, showed his pins as well. What up, dog status? It could be just a marketing ploy to make us believe that top 10 Elite and Rise are coming back to the My Career game mode. It could be a ploy. And maybe that stuff is going to be incorporated into My Team's Park mode. Who knows? Could be. Keep spending those dollars in My Team. Man, that's what I'm worried. I'm interested in My Team this year. If you guys didn't see the video, you might want to check it out from yesterday. I dropped the video yesterday, breaking it completely all down. And it sounds really good. But I am worried about spending that money in My Team. Don't get me started. If I be going in about spending money in My Career, you know, we be on top of this whole monetization stuff. Imagine if I get into the My Team game mode. Oh my God. Them boys be spending like 10 times the amount of My Career players. I'm really going to see the problem. I think they revamped it, and the first ton gets something special, but everyone get hit legend after. Interesting. Maybe the first 10, that might be dope. Way better stats and badges. I need that million VC. So, yeah, facts. If you guys don't know, 2K is offering, if you're a My Team player and you want to invest in like the park and things like that, because if you guys just got here, My Park is coming to My Team. You'll be able to play with your NBA cards in a My Park setting, and you're going to be playing on the NBA 2K16's championship court. But they're introducing a new mode called King of the Court, and it's going to take place every weekend. And every weekend, you guys have an opportunity to get 1 million VC if you are the King of the Court, which is super dope. It's going to be challenging, though. It's not an easy task. It's really meant for the best of the best. To even get there, you got to grind to even be able to get an invitation to King of the Court. That's going to be taking place on the weekends. Patches are coming soon. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? We hear all this good stuff, and I'm not hating. I'm doing my best to remain optimistic. But I tell you, this last week I had to re-delete 2K24. The only reason I downloaded it was to get some background footage for a video. And while I downloaded it, I told the homies, hey, you want to get on? I got to download it. So let's try to get on and see what it's looking like. 3 days later, the game got deleted. So we get all this information for 2K25. And I would like to mention as well, one more thing. In NBA, prior to the release of NBA 2K24, it was the absolute most hyped I have ever seen the 2K community. Right before release from 2K24, the devs were all hands on deck. They weren't nearly as silent as they are this year. They were out there. They were in Twitter Spaces. They were answering questions nonstop. 2K24 dropped, and it was a good game. The patches changed everything, changed the whole trajectory of 2K24 to where now it seems, in my opinion, like a mediocre experience. On 2K24, they patched the joint to death. So will that happen again in 2K25 is what we're most concerned about. I imagine a lot of you guys are most concerned about that as well. I know it's one of my biggest concerns. Hopefully the city is like the neighborhood from 20. It's going to be more compact. The city is going to be more compact. How much more? I'm not exactly sure. I think that neighborhood is a good idea. I see a lot of cheating for that million. Could be. It is in the My Team game mode, so King of the Court is going to be that My Team thing. What's your thought on legend badges? I made a whole video. The truth about red badges is on my channel. I discussed all my thoughts on those legend badges. They put them at higher levels. So if you guys don't know, as you increase your build, you're going to be chasing those badges. So they needed something for you guys to chase at the higher levels other than just attributes. And those red badges are placed at the highest level. There's a few things that come to mind when thinking of legend badges. One, I think 2K thinks that the community was a little complacent when grinding their build. So now they made like to achieve, you're going to be chasing animations, right? Animations and badge levels. And to get to those particular levels, I think they've increased it more than what we had for 2K24. So in 2K24, where you used to be able to animate or receive certain animations at lower thresholds, I think in 2K25, they're going to be higher thresholds, encouraging you guys to really get your builds up a lot quicker so you can play at your most optimal level. So with that in mind, folks will be more inclined to spend more quicker. Whereas if you were able to animate with lower overalls or lower attributes, you'll be less inclined to spend money like for 2K24. You'll eventually spend it, but you're less inclined if your player is doing well already on the court. I think in NBA 2K25 is going to be a lot more difficult to do well, or you're going to have to increase those attributes a lot more before you start doing well. And I think that's the whole, 2K's gameplay design, without a doubt, is dictated by monetization. At least that's my opinion. I don't know if that's absolute fact, but it does seem that way from my experience playing 2K. So if the gameplay design is based off of monetization, then 2K is going to it's almost like that dangling carrot effect, where they just dangle the carrot in front of you and you keep chasing. But this time you're going to do it a lot sooner if you want to play better. So imagine wanting a Raptors mascot, but had to wait till season 7 when the game is dead. Releasing things people want later when the game is dead, really the dumbest thing ever. So 2K is not the dumbest thing ever. I don't get me wrong here, yeah. I think this was new for 2K. I don't think they've received this level of animosity since 2K18. So they made up for it quick with 2K18. Hear me out here, y'all. Hear me out here. We had 2K16, 2K17, two tremendously successful years for the 2K franchise. 2K18 hit and the community went insane in disapproval. They didn't like 2K18. 2K quickly flipped that on its head. They heard the community's feedback. They flipped it on its head and they dropped 19 and 20. 19 was really well received by the 2K community. And this is off the cusp of a ton of hate for where the franchise was headed with 2K18. So, and then the next few years on next gen, they've had tremendous amount of trouble. 19 and 20 were damn near carbon copies. And then, next gen, they haven't really had that successful 2K. Maybe numbers wise they have, but in regards to the people's approval, I don't think they've gotten there yet. Not on next gen. So, this is their time to make that happen. Whether they're going to execute it well, I have no idea. We'll find out. What up, Big Red? But they do have the power. They have the power to flip things around is what I want to assure you guys. They do have that ability. It's just like if you guys imagine NBA Live dropped the game this year. Just think for 1 second. Not that it's going to come to fruition. But if NBA Live dropped the game this year, 2K is going to... all hands on deck. Let's utilize all our resources to make sure our game is better than live. That's what 2K would do. And they just need that kick in the behind to kind of get them there. And I think this year, 2K24 was that kick in the behind. They actually, one of the quarters, they actually took a decline in recurring consumer spending, microtransactions. So they took a L, but they were prepared for that L. That's what I want to let you guys know. They were anticipating that loss in revenue, and they made up for it towards the end of the year. So, they're well aware of what's going on. They're well aware of, these baby steps they're taking when they could take strides forward. They know this. So I've been saying EA Sports has a chance to come back. Yeah, and I think 2K, I think there's a bunch of red tape in the background that 2K is well aware of, because they would have to prepare and make sure they get out a good game.
Let's go,
It ain't like EA would be able to release a game with any level of anonymity. Like, it ain't like they could just be behind the scenes creating a game and 2K won't know about it, is what I'm getting at. Because this all runs through the NBA, and it was the NBA who interjected the last time when NBA Live tried to drop a free-to-play game. NBA interjected and said, nah, you can't do that. You're going to mess with 2K sales. Straight like that, yeah. And shortly thereafter, NBA Live got disbanded. They want you to pay $170 for the game plus bills, then spend $1,000 in my team because of Rivet. And act like folks ain't gonna do it. My team is gonna be lit. Another thing that they're doing to encourage you folks to go on into the My Team Park game mode. If you guys are new here, you're just tuning in. My Park is coming to My Team, where you'll be able to bring your regular creative player and travel through the park, NBA 2K16's River City Park. And when you get on the court, your team, your player cards will then, NBA players will be on the court. They're going to have multiple courts where you can play 1v1 versus another player in the park in a 3v3 setting. And they're also going to have courts where it could be like 6 players on the court controlling one of their NBA cards, which is super dope as well. So they're really trying to get you guys over into My Team. I think this is going to be the wave mess around. I think this is going to be dope. A lot of people are going to do some big things with that My Team. But how do you go into that mode and not spend the money you need to compete? Because, man, folks are going to have those 3v3 lineups for Park. Oh, Lord, it's going to get crazy out there. I see what 2K doing to get the community. You can't trash the game. They don't have a problem speaking truthful opinions, but you got to present it in a nice package. Absolute facts. That's right, Soldier. And I know I've been guilty of not presenting it in the nicest way due to my personal frustrations with the game. Seeing the pricing, I've been playing it since the very first release on Dreamcast. So seeing the pricing just start to skyrocket and feeling like they're taking steps backwards in gameplay development as opposed to taking strides forward, like I know they can. The game today doesn't look much different. Look and feel. It feels different, but on the grand, like in the grand scale in regards to innovation, no, not from way back in 2K16. There's not much difference there. It's just as innovative. If we pull up 2K16, it was just as innovative. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just what I'm copying 7. No, I'm gonna cop the 700K VC. That's gonna be off rip. We are gonna have a no money spent run. So I am gonna create a build this year where I go no money spent and just build that up. From what I understand, I did it too early last year. I guess folks weren't on the wave, and it kind of got swept under the rug, and then some other larger creators went and did it as well. And I could be mistaken about the timing. I'm not trying to own that I'm the person who came up with this idea, but it was a thing on our channel that we was going no money spent. And then some other folks had some tremendous success going no money spent and doing it for a bill. So that's what I intend to do this year, so I don't tax myself as much. I'm doing the 750K VC as my one-time purchase. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking the same thing. RHM said 2K24 wasn't bad, just needed a few tweaks with Mike Wang's algorithm and defensive mechanics. Looks like they addressed both in 25. Woo, man. I would say there was a point of time 500 in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here. I will say there was a point in time where I felt like NBA 2K24 was not bad. But right now, go ahead and try and log on 2K24 right now and play that joint. Goofy. This is the best one word that I can use to describe 2K24. I mean, terrible crashes. Physics are all over the place. Things just don't make sense. Inconsistencies, like insane. The other day we got on 2K24, y'all. The other day we got on, and it was the best response. It was the late night, matter of fact. It was the best response time that I have ever experienced in any 2K ever. This was the only time that we all noticed it, by the way, and we were talking about it that night and the next day. It was the best response time that I have ever experienced on any 2K. This is towards the end of the year for 2K24, the very first time that I had great response time. It felt, while we were online playing, it felt like we were playing offline. Everything was responsive. You was getting more steals, hitting more greens, because it was actually responsive to your controller cues. We were killing them. That poor team, we beat by 70. That poor team. We could have did by more. We could have messed around and beat them by more. But anyway, we were thinking, wow, 2K messing around, turning a new leaf. We kind of knew it was a fluke, but we're thinking, man, ain't that amazing if it could actually play like this. The rest of that night and the next day, whatever latency just reared his head right back to us and back to the same old goofy 2K. When you play offline or when you have a response time like what we experienced that one night, I don't know what 2K was doing at the back end, but when you have that type of response time, the game is amazing. The game is dope. So latency may be ruining our experience on 2K, or at least my experience. I speak for myself. It may be, in fact, ruining it. They need to get that together, because if they actually releasing a good product and is getting messed up by latency, that's crazy to me. What's the point of development then? What up, John Cal? We just need consistency on gameplay, and yeah, facts. It will be the best. Hopefully, I know there's one thing that's not gonna that's not gonna be affected by latency. And I turned off crossplay. We did that as well. We turned off crossplay, had the same amount of latency, even if not more. Folks got all sorts of theories. From what I understand, Xbox doesn't go through the same exact issues as us PlayStation players. They do need to get rid of that. Bro, I thought I was the only one that experienced that godly response time. That's the best 30 to 45 minutes 2K ever felt. I ain't playing, y'all. See what I'm saying? High Flyer was out there that night. It was noticeable. Like 2K flipped the switch, and you were like having offline response time, but you're playing online against other players. There was one occasion I think I had my lock build out at that time. No, I didn't. I had my 6'8" build. My 6'8" has 85 perimeter with an 81 steal. And I'm so used to him moving sluggish. You guys know how lockdowns move when you have your lockdown out there and he plays, is way more responsive than you used to because you have such high perimeter. Well, that's how my 6'8" felt that night for that one game. He was so responsive, man. That's how the first week felt. Hey, I appreciate True Hall of Fame Bills in the building. What up, bro? They connected the wire for 25 and you saw that? Yeah. Officially said they connected the wire for 25 into 24. I was gonna say there's one other thing that's not gonna be affected by latency in 2K25. At least this is what they said. Your shot meters are no longer going to be affected by latency in 2K25. So what you see is what you get. How they make that happen and not make gameplay as responsive as a shot meter, I have no idea. Maybe the servers are upgraded. They haven't mentioned anything about that. I imagine they're so keen on marketing that they would talk about updating their servers if that indeed did happen. So I highly doubt they updated their servers. But they did say that shot meters are not going to be affected by latency. which I kept trying to stress to you guys this past year, that you can't trust the shot meter because of latency. What you see is not what you're going to get. Man, they better not change shooting 20 times this year. True Hall of Fame Bills with a $5 super chat said likes aren't adding up. Hit that like button. Facts. Yeah, facts. I know we be so engrossed in the conversation that if you're like me, oftentimes if I go into a live stream or I go to the video, I forget to hit the like button. It's just I'm not one of those dudes. You have to really make a good statement for me to be like, yeah, where's the like? Where's the like? But if you can, take a second. If you rock with us, we rock with you. So hit that like button. Definitely appreciate it. Helps the algorithm. You already know the vibes. We out here. As soon as we get more information, because I imagine the folks at Community Day, they're going to be dropping some stuff. I want to assure you guys that we're not going to get a ton of information out of this within the next day or two. I don't think it's going to be a ton of info because they have restrictions. Those community day folks have restrictions. And I'm sure they signed that NDA agreement because J-Mac, he did mention that there's certain things he can't show us or tell us. And that was down to the simplest thing as who else was invited to Community Day. Couldn't tell us. Records, they did touch base. I can't recall what they said. They did touch base. There was certain things that I think your season stuff resets. I'm not absolutely sure about records. There's going to be different. I think they're doing the player panels different, where the player panels will have information. At least they shared this in the My Team game mode for My Park, where your player panel is going to show like if you've been into King of the Court, certain progressions that you make throughout the game is going to be on your player panel. So I don't know if it has something to do with your like record as well. I'm not sure. Can we get some leaks? Yeah, I shared the leaks. Yeah, I shared them. If you guys don't know, Hendrix with a 199 super chat said, "What's good, bro? Keep doing your thing." Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the 199 super chat. It means a lot. I did share, there's the GOAT. There's a GOAT pin that folks at least in the chat feel like is going to be tied to the My Team game mode. My Team is introducing a My Park type of mode where you're going to have rep as well in the My Team game mode. And they thinking that this has something to do with that. I'll pull up a $10 super chat from Coach Z. Said, "Will we be blessed with that day one stream, City?" Normally we would stay up, right? So normally we would stay up that night. I'm pulling up another image now. This is the top 10 pin right there. Normally we would stay up that night. But we've noticed in recent years that if we try to stay up, the game, say, drops at midnight or whatnot. I think if you pre-order, you get it like at 4 or 5 a.m. That we have to wait hours to be able to even get online and be able to make it happen in a live stream. So this year I was thinking, I don't know if it's going to be worth it to be up so late. Maybe the very next day, maybe not that night, but during the day of day one release, I'll be going live to share some additional details about 2K25. Releases at 8 a.m. That's for the pre-order, Jay. On the 4th. J Music said is at 8 a.m. I got to double check it. I haven't pre-ordered yet. But we'll pull up another image here. That's confirming that top 10 is back. This is confirming that Rise and Elite are back. This is a Rise and Elite pin. I'll pull up the other Elite pin because I haven't showed you guys the Elite pin yet. This is the Elite pin right here. And 2K gave them approval. He actually said this in his video. 2K gave them approval to show these things to you guys. Now, we don't necessarily know if this is coming back to the My Career game mode or is going to be a part of the My Park in My Team game mode. You guys don't know. My Park is coming to My Team. You're going to be able to take your My Player, walk through the park in My Team. And when you hop on the court, then you'll use your NBA cards. 8 a.m. All right. Appreciate you, Hoax. Early release is September 4th at 8 a.m. Thank you. 5 a.m. PST confirmed. Gotcha. Thank you, Do. So it's confirmed here. The homies in the chat are confirming. JP for 3, 8 a.m. Eastern. 10 p.m. in Australia. Sheesh. 199 from Just Reacts. Thank you for the super chat. Really means a lot. That's what we got so far, and I'm sure we're gonna get some more information. I'll definitely keep you guys up to date as more information gets released. 2K got them on a strict agenda to say, they let them go for a little bit, showing their swag, and they couldn't show all their swag. J Mac had a hoodie that he couldn't show the back of. So they couldn't show everything in that swag bag, but they did show what they could. I showed you guys in this live stream and in the video that I uploaded right before I went live. You guys could check that out too. Them badge requirements is pretty high this year. For badges, you almost need a 9. This is what I was explaining, Hendrik. So, the homie asked earlier about the red badges, the legend badges, and what does that mean for us as players? And I started looking at all the numbers. I made a video about this. You could check it out. It's on my channel, The Truth About Red Badges. And I go in great detail looking at the numbers, because after I saw the number, I might have the graphic. Give me a second. I might have the graphic. Where did I put that graphic at? Give me a second, because I might have it better. I got it right here. Let me see if this graphic could fit on the screen. Yeah, I'll show you guys this graphic in a second. Let me see if I could get this on the screen here. Browse. It's under 2K25. This is in the screenshots. Screenshots. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up this graphic right now. Is that on pictures, screenshots? Pictures, screenshots, 2K25. Where is the graphic at here? Oh, there it is. I got it. All right. I got it up. Now I just got to show you guys right now. See if I could fit it on screen. So that's what I got here. You spend more attributes to get the same badges. So, in NBA, there's a perfect thing to get into. There's a perfect thing to get into in this stream. Let me move it up right here. In NBA 2K24, you see I have the numbers difference. 2K24, you get bronze badges, and this is for the ankle assassin badge. These numbers are in reference to the ankle assassin badge. So that's like your ball handle, and it also determines the animations that you're going to get. So 62 ball handle in 2K24 will get you a bronze badge. 75 will get you a silver badge, and 85 will get you a gold badge. And that will be ankle breaker for 2K24, which is now ankle assassin in 2K25. But as you guys see, the numbers are much higher. So in order to get bronze, you would have to get to 75. Your ball handle will have to get to 75. That's 13 more points than it was in 2K24. What I'm getting at is that in 2K24, this meant that you could animate a lot sooner than you're going to be able to animate in 2K25. The requirements are much higher in 2K25, and I showed the numbers difference. Silver is 11 points higher than it was from 2K24. The gold level is 8 points higher than it was in 2K24. Now, here's some things to take note of, for those of you that are still here, here's some key things to take note of. You guys see the difference now in the NBA 2K24 panel from the gold level to the legend level. Now in 2K24, we didn't have legend badges, but let's put a 98 there to match the 2K25 panel. Let's put a 98 there. So from gold to legend, it would be a 10-point difference. A 13-point difference from gold if we put a 98 on the 2K24 panel under the legend badge. 85 to 98. That's a 13-point difference. Look at NBA 2K25. As soon as you hit the gold level, it's only a 5-point difference between gold and legend. And what I'm saying here is when you're creating your builds, there's a couple things that I gathered from this type of information. When you're creating your builds, if you get your ball handle, you're going to be like enticed to get your ball handle up higher. So be that there's only a 5-point difference between gold and Hall of Fame, you're like, well, can I sacrifice that 5 points? Do I want to really chase that? There's a reason why those numbers are so close together, 93, 95, 98. They want you guys to, dump them attributes into a category to chase these legend badges. Higher attributes, higher levels, they've always costed more in NBA 2K games. As you start, what you spend to get to 80 might cost double that to get from 80 to 99. You know what I mean? Or is that much more taxing? So, I was looking at those numbers. I covered this all in great detail in the video. Not everything is coming right to mind right now. I had no intention of talking about this. But if you guys want more details on this particular topic of red badges, I have a extremely detailed video on it. Y'all go check that out. And y'all tell me what y'all think of that. I'm going to get back to the chat. I know I'm rambling on. Let me get back to the chat and see what y'all talking about. That's another thing as well. The homie said use those cap breakers when you're creating your builds, y'all, for 2K25. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do, but keep this in mind. As you're, hopefully there's a gem for some of you guys out there. As you're creating your build, keep those cap breakers in mind. 5 points can be applied to one like attribute. So keep that in mind. You could do this multiple. I think it's you get up to 15. So you can do this like on 3 separate attributes. When you're making your build, you say you want a 92.3, you might want to start with an 87 and use the cap breakers to add on. Use the 5 additional cap breaker attributes to add on and get you to the 92. But also another thing, hey, Chris Bruce, thank you for the 199 super chat. Guys, please at least try not to buy VC. Facts. There was another thing that you guys want to keep in mind when you're creating your build. If you're going for, say you're doing exactly what I just mentioned, you're going for like a 92, but you want to start at 87. You want to make sure that your wingspan is short enough that it can get to 92. If you have a long wingspan or whatever's tied to the 3-point attribute, if it's too long and say it only gets you to 91, you won't be able to use that last cap breaker on that particular attribute, on your 3-point attribute. So your physical, like whatever physicals you have on your body, wingspan, weight, height, you want to make sure those things allow you to get to a particular attribute threshold, because otherwise, say you put a max wingspan and with that max wingspan, you only could get to 89 3 ball. That's where it stops. If you put an 88 on your 3 ball and you're trying to get to 92, you won't be able to. So make sure your wingspan allows you, or whatever it is, height, wingspan, whatever it is, allows you to get to the attribute you're chasing. I missed a $10 dono. No, I hollered at the $10 dono. No, I did miss it. Sorry. Just reacts with a $9.99 super chat said, not gonna lie, 2K community are too easy, man. Even if 25 is good, they'll patch things to make it worse. It's been a yearly cycle. Why they never lower VC prices. Keep grinding, City. Keep spreading awareness. Salute to you, Just Reacts. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you for the homie who let me know as well. I share a very similar sentiment. The only thing is that, to be honest with you guys, I clearly remember 2K18 to 2K19. I clearly remember us feeling hate for 2K. Like, I could barely finish the year in 2K18. And then I clearly remember receiving 2K19 and what that meant to the community. And it was like a huge step in the right direction. Now, they were already going in the right direction. Why they chose to pivot and drop 2K18 the way they did, I have no idea. All I know is that they quickly pivoted right back using the formula of success, dropping 2K19 and 2K20, 2 of the most successful 2Ks in my opinion, and well-received 2Ks by the 2K community. 199 super chat from Chris Bruce. Thank you. And John Frosty with a $4.99 super chat said a group of people will start complaining on week 1 and they will start patching, the game. Hope they give us a break. You would think that by now 2K has learned leave the joint alone. There's 2 years running already. 2 straight years running. Remember this, y'all, because you're going to hear it again this year. There's 2 years already straight running where Mike Wang, after release, drops a Twitter post saying, don't worry, guys, we're not going to patch the game. 2 straight years running, he's done this. So they know we don't appreciate these patches. They know this firsthand. Why they keep doing it? It's Confucius to me. And like the homie said, it don't fail. Folks complain, and I don't blame the complainers like a lot of other creators like to do. They blame you complain about the game. They drop their money. They're able to voice their opinion. That's what the game is to them. It's not our responsibility to develop this game. But it is my responsibility as a consumer for anything I buy. If I'm extremely unhappy with the product, I'm writing a letter. I'm writing a review. Somebody's going to find out. That's me. So why is it when it comes to 2K, we can't voice our opinions? And I know the homie's not saying that we can't voice our opinions, and he's speaking facts in the sense that people complain, so 2K listens to them. And it's like, who's 2K listening to? That'd be the problem. Who are you listening to, 2K? And what platform is it? Show me the platform that you're going to say, this is where we listen to you. Sometimes it's Reddit, sometimes it's Twitter, sometimes it's YouTube. Where is the platform? So that way we can really voice our opinions out here and hopefully get it to 2K to the point that they create change. What I'm getting at here is that I think it's somewhat of an illusion. Whatever changes 2K makes is because they want to make them. Because then you start getting in who they listening to and why they choose to listen to these folks and all this stuff. And it's like, you get to end up with a headache. Desmond Wilson with a $4.99 super chat. Salute, Desmond. Keep grinding, my guy. I'm a big supporter of you. I'm growing my channel now. So maybe one day in 2K25, we can collab. I am collabing with all new creators that show some level of potential and also know how to articulate themselves. Normally, it'll be 5,000 and up. If you got 5,000 subscribers and up, I'm open and willing to do a collab. But I'm going to base this more so off of how you're able to articulate and carry yourself. Because I've been doing this for a long time, so I know what it takes. So if you're able to articulate yourself and we can create some dialogue back and forth, I'm here and I'm willing and able to do it, man. Let's make it happen. Tunivation with a $5 super chat said, dope info. Keep dropping the awareness. Salute, Toonie. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's get to this chat here. Rock59, good morning. Top 10 is officially back, y'all. Appreciate you, JP, for 3. By the way, JP for 3, man, like I said in the video on You're Here Now, he came out with this great graphic this year that saved me a load of time because I had every intention of creating a similar graphic. So I'm happy you did this for the 2K community. Appreciate your contributions, man. Do you think y'all go check out JP for 3? He's also a creator. Check him out, JP for 3. Everybody cried about small builds. Do you think bully animations? Do you guys like bully animations? I like bully animations. But we're not talking about maybe you're talking about the 2K24 bully animation. But when you think 2K19 bully animation, folks was getting knocked to the ground. There was the push. I don't know if you guys remember the push animation where you could push people. And then you had those heavy brick walls where they were getting dropped left. I mean, crumbling on brick walls. Woo! Those were the days, man. I think folks like that aggressiveness in 2K games. Just Reacts 199 super chat said 2K21. I spent $1,700 on VC. That was my epiphany. Wow, I'm glad that turned to be your epiphany, man. We all gotta, somehow come face to face with that epiphany at some point. If you're spending too much money on 2K, something ain't right because they ain't delivering the product they're supposed to be delivering right now. Bring back the push. Ali said, bring back the push. Facts. It would be dope. It would be dope. I feel 2K24 sucked, period. Pause. No diddy. Can't shoot for a cheat. $4.99 super chat. Appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you. Appreciate the love, y'all. Appreciate the love. 627 in the chat. You said, I remember shoving people all the time. Yeah, it was fun. As cheesy as it is, you know what's crazy is that all of that was in 2K19. And as cheesy as it sounds, because I know a lot of people are like, I just want to play basketball. I don't want to be getting pushed all over the place. It didn't feel overly aggressive. It just felt like, some people may disagree with me here, but I don't remember in 2K19 that pushing was like a cheesy type of problem. Like folks were mad they were getting cheese with this pushing. It didn't ruin the experience. As you guys see, 2K19 turned out to be one of the best 2Ks. Universally, a lot of people will put 2K19 on that list of good 2K games. And there was a lot of arcadey type of stuff that happened in 2K19. So take that for whatever it is. He said, nice try, did he? Hop Step Cheese. That was 2K20. That's where I hit Legend. I hit Legend in 2K20, and I was a two-way slashing playmaker. The main player who made the best use out of that Hop Step Cheese. I loved it. You know, as cheesy as it may seem to some of you people who are new and may not have experienced 2K20, it was smart. At least that's how I felt. And I think that's a good thing for players to want to feel intuitive. They want to feel smart. The game feels intuitive. You know what I mean to say? That the players can understand it. So what I'm getting at is the hop step is what I used oftentimes to split defenders. And you had to time it at the perfect time. And sure enough, it'll hop through two defenders while they're trying to guard you. One is trying to come to pinch while the other was chasing behind you, pause. And you just hop right between them and get to the rack. It felt like I had control over my finishing. And there was none of that change your animation stuff. You were hopping through and banging out. It was none of that weird 2K Impact Engine stuff that changed you into this type of animation. Nah, you finished strong. What up, Rashawn? Salute. Rashawn in the building, my brother. What's good, bro? Hopefully you and the family are good. Setting up for this holiday weekend. Yeah, those two-way finishers were another thing. They had the 6-7 two-way finishers. Hop steps were dope, but the hook shots, the hook shots were unbearable. And I think, 2K is leaning to, they haven't had post scorers be a thing in a while. But this year they have some post takeovers and post badges that might prove beneficial. We just don't know what's going to be the thresholds to be successful and what's going to be the percentages of that success for post scorers, because that'll determine whether it becomes a cheese or not. Maybe on 2v2 game modes it'll stay a cheese always and forever, but in the other game modes we just don't know. Rashawn said, yes, we chill. How are you? Oh, God is good always and all the time, man. You already know. Slow motion, we out here ready for 2K25's release in a couple weeks. Even back then, the shot felt more real. Yeah, it did. Everything felt more realistic. Like I mentioned earlier in the live stream, that night that we played just a couple of nights ago, that for some strange reason had the best response time that I've experienced in any 2K ever. It was just one night for like one game. Everybody noticed it. Everybody on the court. We were talking about it that night and the day after. It was just extreme. It was like playing offline, but you were online. And from that perspective, you got to see how good 2K24 actually is. Unfortunately, that's not our online experience. Not ever. It's always a certain amount of latency that ruins the whole experience in general. Too much inconsistencies. You can't really get a gauge on your shot. And I think shooting was fairly easy in 2K24, but it didn't feel. Hear me out here, by the way. We always winning. We play in the rec center, and I'm not patting myself on the back for that, but we do have 80 to 90 win percentages out there. So these are games we be feeling frustrated on the court. And this is what leads to the most frustration, is that we're frustrated playing a game that we're up by 50 in. How are you killing teams out there, but you still don't feel happy with the gameplay? And I think we've come to a point where we're just watching each individual play to see how these animations play out. We're all like looking for, consistency. You know what I mean to say? John Frosty with a $4.99 super chat said, if I have Hall of Fame brick wall, why you expect to dodge my screen with no pick dodger equipped? And Mike Wayne be making it useless for us who study the builder. And yeah, that's absolute facts. They did consolidate the badges for 2K25 from 77. It's down to 40. And I've been saying this for years. This is all a track record, and this is not again to pat myself on the back, but I have been saying for years that they need to consolidate the badge selection. The badge options. There's too many options, and too many badges prove to be way more beneficial than others. So it seemed useless to have certain badges. And this is the first year, 2K24, this is the first year that I've ever played with badges and never paid attention to the badges. Like this year, I've never even looked at my badges after I made my build. I would just make sure I make the build that has the badges that I want to utilize for my playstyle. And that was it. I never go into my card and see what level is the badge. So Badges proved to be irrelevant to me this year. This is the first year that's ever happened. In NBA 2K25, their intention is to consolidate these badges. And instead of having multiple badges pop off one after another for different actions that you perform on the court, now they've kind of like consolidated a bunch of actions into one badge. So one badge might encompass a bunch of different things that happen on the court. I don't know if that's going to prove more beneficial or not. We just got to see. And this is what folks get confused. I notice often is that they see, I've learned from 2K, especially doing this news over and over. I've learned that what you see in black and white is damn near meaningless until you see what like thresholds and what 2K allows. So, and what I'm getting at here is, for instance, we see that now is going to be like 86 to get gold badges and stuff like that, right? Or higher levels, maybe even 93 for that matter. But is 2K going to allow an 86 three ball to be successful in 2K25? Or is that going to prove to be difficult? So what I'm getting at is we don't have no idea until we find out what limitations 2K has put, limitations or successes 2K has put on a certain attribute threshold level, whatever it is. We don't know yet. So everything may sound good. We could speculate, but we just don't know. And I'll give you guys another perfect, for instance, when 2K25 dropped, and this reminds me of 2K21 current gen, when that dropped, shooting was hella difficult for a lot of people. But why is shooting so drastically different right now than what it was upon the release? It was hella difficult for everybody. Everybody was complaining for 2K24's release. They ended up changing it, and now everybody could hit. So 2K has the power to change when you're going to be successful on the court is what I'm getting at. So we don't know what that's going to look like for 2K25. Even though we see badges and numbers, we can speculate, but we just don't know. What do you need, a 96 driving dunk to be extremely successful and aggressive? Or is an 89 going to be good enough? You know what I mean to say? 25 will be bad for randoms, too much space. So we've had bigger courts. We've had bigger courts in the past, and that was when I've had the most fun on 2K because you had options. The mid-range was really a thing. And I think in NBA 2K24, they did a decent job with the mid-range, but in 2K25, they're going back. So I think the mid-range, the player-to-court ratio has changed. So ideally, you're going to feel like you have more space when you're out there on the court. Now, the community always offsets this. And keep that in mind. Although you may have more space, maybe there's going to be taller players in general. Taller like wings and corner players, 3 and 4s, and maybe short 5s. Do you get that? Do you guys get that, what I'm saying here? So what I'm saying is fast, lengthy, defensive-oriented type of teams. No Diddy, by the way. So you imagine 6'9", 6'10s playing out the corners, and also a 6'10 or 6'11 playing the center. Faster teams, usually what happen when they have larger courts. This way they could cover more space. With tall bills, be able to use small guard jump shot bases. I'm not 100% sure how 2K. I doubt it, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't checked. I can't recall coming across that information yet, retro gaming. But if I do get information on that, I'll make sure to deliver it. Comeback of the stretch is fact. It's another thing too. The stretch big is making a comeback, and I think we're getting some of the old gameplay that we've gotten used to in previous years. That excitement of offense. I don't know what that means for defense. They can't dumb it down like 2K21 next gen. If they dumb it down, the community, we're past this already. You can't finesse us no more. I've never seen the community so woke. They are not having it this year. I tried to be the slightest bit. I might play My Team Park. You better score. Tay, I might play it, yeah. I forgot what I was going to mention, but Dunker out this year. It was literally useless. I mean, precision dunker, I've seen people making really good use of it. I think Baluba said you won't lose adrenaline while spamming interception on passing lane. I don't think he said that. He did touch base on losing adrenaline. I think it was for cutoffs. It wasn't spamming. It wasn't the spamming that he mentioned it. It was Boomy. She asked Mike Wang if you lose adrenaline for cutoffs. And he said, nah, you don't lose adrenaline for cutoffs. It wasn't for the spamming thing. I don't think it was, at least. I could bring that up as well. I got it, matter of fact. I got my stuff organized. So we'll find out what he said right now. Defense. Do I not have that? Brand new. This might be it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'll show you guys it right now. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up right now. See how quickly rumors could get started? Yeah, like super quick. Because right now, folks would have been like, word, you don't lose adrenaline for spamming? Word. But luckily, I keep this stuff. Let me just show y'all. So Boomy asks Mike Wang, hey, Baluba, does the new cutoff moves on defense cost adrenaline? And Mike Wang respond, nope. So it was as simple as that. So you're not gonna lose adrenaline when you get that cutoff, which you use your right stick to cut the ball handler off. And hopefully this turns into like a chess match where, like, if he hits the right stick early to get the cutoff and you so happen to cross over, maybe you could just dip. That seems logical, right? Doesn't that seem like hella logical? Now, if he say the defender hits the right stick to the right side, and you see him animate to try and get a cutoff, like he hedges way over laterally to try and get that cutoff, thinking that you were headed that direction. And if you trigger a crossover at that exact moment, and it doesn't allow you to go, like it doesn't allow you to just blow past the defender because the chess match says that he made the wrong move, so you crossed over and went the opposite direction, there's gonna be problems. 2K's always had an issue with the shading system, so that there may be problems with that. I can't cross him over and then have that defender glitch latched onto me. I don't want him to glitch and latch onto me when he made the wrong move already. 2K just needs to let it play out. They'll learn. After getting beat a certain amount of times, they'll learn. But you got to let us learn. The same with the ball handlers making mistakes. If the dude does continue, like say he does get the cutoff animation, and he continues going that way, let him learn. That defender should get that steal. Depending on the steal attribute, that defender should get that steal. Let them boys learn. 2K stopped letting these boys learn in 2K24, and that's why this game turned out to be trashy, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Yeah. I was saying community is having none of it concerning 2K25. Midnight Holler, thank you for getting me back on track. But yeah, it's facts, man. Every video, I was going to mention that when we started making these 2K25 videos, folks, I only showed the slightest bit of excitement. I remember the first video, I only showed like a real slight bit of excitement, and I was actually more excited than I displayed in the video. And folks in the comment section, AllCity done sold. Hell nah. Just take a look at any of my videos. They in the comment section, they don't trust 2K not one bit. They are not trying to hear none of it. This year is different, y'all. I've been doing this for a long time, y'all. And the reason why, let me tell you something. The reason why I started the video, at least with a smile on my face talking about the 2K25 news, is because I thought y'all were going to be more inclined to say, stop hating on 2K, because the information sounds good. And I'm like, I don't want to hate on this. The information sounds good. So I showed the slightest bit of excitement, a smile on my face when I'm talking about some of the new features, and y'all was like, nah, we're not having it. We're not falling for it. This year is different. You guys are different this year. I haven't pre-ordered 2K yet. I haven't pre-ordered it yet. What's exciting when you know 2K's practices? So what's exciting about it is, like I mentioned earlier, and I've been trying to describe during the stream, is that I was here for 2K, and I was here for the transition between one of the worst 2Ks and one of the best 2Ks. So I was here for the transition from when 2K was great, 2K16, 2K17. Then they dropped 2K18. Absolutely horrible, and the people did not receive it well. There was like rage everywhere of 2K18. I got to see them make that transition, get back on their feet, and drop 2K19. Not saying that's what's going to happen now. It hasn't happened in a few years. This is why I'm so disappointed, and I've kind of lost hope for 2K. But what I'm trying to say is that they have the potential and capacity to do that, and we can't forget that I'll just say, I'll remind y'all that it's been done in the past. I think you are the only one who's like 2K18, Z. Now, if you're new to 2K, let's say you didn't play 16, 17, then maybe you would like 18. If that was your first 2K, especially, yeah, maybe you'd like it. I'm hoping the same thing, Carbon. I'm always on point with 2K News drops because I know how well off a marketing strategy they have. Facts. Facts, Frank Daniel. That's how I see it too, especially this year. I've realized what up, Scarface? I realized how much I've become familiar with 2K's marketing that now I know what's considered real news. I know 2K's finesse, just like you were saying, Frank. Also, in your opinion, what's the best 2K? 2K16 was like one of my most it's hard to say. I liked 2K16. It was challenging. It had the arcade feel. I felt I wasn't as skilled. Even though I hit legend in 2K16, I didn't have the skill that I would say I have now in comparison. So I was having fun with it from a different level, like a different perspective. Um, I was learning how 2K players play 2K. You know what I mean to say? I remember first coming out, like getting on the court without the badges and without being 99 on 2K16 and getting spanked. And I remember the feeling of going back, grinding, and then coming back out and watching how I evolved after I brought him maxed out. So 2K16 has its place, but 2K20 for me was one of my favorites. I spent the whole year. I had Legend that year as well. It was a dope year for us as a creator. So there was a lot of other things that made that experience in 2K20 so much better. And I really liked the gameplay for 2K20. I remember park cards, yeah. 2K17, we'd be chasing people, shutting down parks, chasing that Streak Breaker badge, yeah. Toward 19, but I think the build system made for multiple metas alongside very arcade gameplay. Yeah, I can see that. Hopefully I didn't miss no super chats. 20 was different. The pandemic was a part of it though. 2K14 was the best. They always use phrases like all dynamic or my favorite, completely overhaul our system. You're right. And you already know the finesse. Right, Frank? Then you. So we got to see some, hear me out here for a second, yeah? We talked, 2K is saying that they built this dribble system from the ground up. Not to mention all of the, we're talking about thousands upon thousands of new animations have replaced previously motion captured animations. Now we got Pro Play incorporated into the game. It's the second year running. We got one more year of Pro Play for it to finalize. So we should see a lot more fluidity. Coming with a whole new dribble engine built from the ground up. Mike Wang said that it's like the biggest change in 15 years. With all of that being said, 2K25 should not even come close to resembling any 2K that we've seen in regards to the fluidity of movement, how you move, how you animate, the responsiveness from your control to the animation. The gameplay that I seen of the 2KW when they were moving out on the park, I didn't see that type of drag. Now, we know basketball is basketball. There's only so much you can do, right? But if you're talking about this huge stride forward that you're trying to market to us, then gameplay, if it does feel different when it drops, I'll be the first to say it. I'll be the first. If it feels drastically different like they did put that time, promise you, I'll be honest about it. But I didn't see it. So far to this point, we haven't got much information, but from what we do have, I don't see those type of drastic differences they talking about. I don't know if y'all seen it. Y'all let me know. We don't need to be in agreement here. I just don't see it. Been playing 2K16 since Just Reacts with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you. He says, been playing 2K since 2K10. 18 was fun. 19 GOAT best 19 GOAT best 2K without Demigod was 15 with Jordan Wreck. 16 was good. 11 is the best, but 18 and 19 I had the best fun. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, I think it hits people differently. Whatever time they are in their lives, how much time they were able to invest at that point in their life. Forza released a new game and said they rebuilt everything from the ground up, and the new Forza is butt cheeks. The reason why 2K has so many GB to download or gigabytes to download is because they never start from the ground up. They just keep adding new things. That joint is tough. No gameplay patch until 2 months and let the community vote on it. Please stop changing the game, 2K. Vice said, what up, Vice? 2K just needs to reward us with more VC per game mode. Yeah, we can't feel like we're struggling every time we're out there. Tim and Tanis, what up, Tim and Tanis? Yo, AllCity, it's been a while. I hope you're doing good and have a great summer. Hopefully you and yours have a good summer as well. A good rest of your summer. This joint is wrapped up soon, huh? What happened with 2K? I just joined. Nothing happened. I dropped a video on it earlier today if you need to get filled in. We're about to wrap up this live stream right now. We got 677 in the chat. D Baskins, AllCity, you see how the new My Team Park is making up for the amount of money we spend on my players? They can set the prices now because if you don't want to spend VC on a build, just go to My Team. Interesting. Yeah. I made a video on it yesterday, a complete and full breakdown of everything that's coming to My Team. My Team might be the new wave. Is looking like that. My Park is coming to My Team as well, where you'll be able to take your NBA team and play 3v3 versus another player, or you could play with 6 players and each person will control one of their player cards on the court in the My Park, which you'll be playing in the old NBA 2K16 Championship River City rooftop. Mika with a 189 super chat said, are legend badges like grand badges? No. No, legend badges are not like grand badges. I think takeovers are going to be something along those lines because these takeovers are particularly customized to particular attributes where, before we had takeovers that encompass a great deal of attribute increases. Now these takeovers are going to target, say, like 3 attributes, whether that be your rebounding and speed, or like I remember there was a takeover called Gifted Hands that targeted your 3-ball and your defensive attributes. So as it increases the certain levels, there's 5 levels to your takeover. As it increases the certain levels, those attributes will go up. When you trigger it, you'll get that additional boost. So definitely some stuff to look forward to. It adds customization. It adds strategy, rather, I should say. It adds strategy to the game where if this person has, say, inside center and or maybe a shooting center that has an takeover that allows him to shoot better. Or has a takeover that allows him to be better on defense because he has a shooting center and he sacrificed some defensive attributes. So there's a bunch of strategy involved in the takeover system. And I have a feeling that may prove to be more benefit. Your takeover selection, I have a feeling, is going to serve a greater impact than it has in the past, I imagine. Want to see your analysis on build costs between 24 and 25? Yeah, you already know. That's one of the first videos I'm going to make, Joko. One of the first videos, what we always do every year is we find out how much a build costs. This year, for 24 was very different. Because I was unable to find out off rip how much they did. I'll break it all down for you real quick before we wrap up this live stream. In previous 2Ks, before 2K24, you were able to find out how much your build was going to cost right off rip when you're creating it. Like, what's the end result to get them to 99? And what you do is you just increase each attribute at its max level, write down the total for that attribute, and go across every single attribute, and then add the total up, and you got your total. In 2K24, they did something very different where they charged you pretty much for overall upgrades. So you wouldn't get to find out how much you're paying until you get to 99 overall. And there were set prices, and I broke this all down. It's on the channel, but there were set prices. So at this overall, you spend 10,000. At this overall, from like 60 to 70, you'll spend 8,000 for each overall upgrade and whatnot. And then from like 90 to 99, it was 13,000 for every overall upgrade, and that remained static all throughout every build. So I'm not sure exactly how they're gonna do the attributes this year and charge you guys, but as soon as I find out whatever formula they're using, I'll definitely drop a video on it. Genjutsu. Are you doing no money spent this year too? I'm going no money spent for a build this year. So it's gonna be a certain point at a time. It might be 2 months in, where I start the no money spent journey. So initially I'll buy the $70 version and then the $150 VC 700K. And after we get our first build out, which might be something like a 6'8" build is what I'm leaning towards, I might make the 6'8" and a point guard. And after that, I'll start my no money spent build, which will probably be a center. It's probably the easiest to go no money spent with. And we'll start that journey, make sure we get the right center build out there that I could sustain no money spent grinding. Awesome. AllCity, I see 2K gonna get you again, huh, brother? As they do every year. Don't get it twisted though. I'm out there trying other games, trying to develop other channels as well. I'll always be here for 2K content, but man, I need something else. 2K24 frustrated the hell out of me. So I didn't miss no other super chats, did I? Let me make sure. Just Reacts. 2K feels like working a 90. Just Reacts, thank you for the 199 super chat. He says 2K feels like working a 9 to 5 just to earn VC. Not fun. It does feel like that. And that's why I've deleted it multiple times over this year. 100 said, what do you think about the small guard having more attributes to work with? You think there's going to be meta? I'm going tall guard probably. So it's hard to say because we got the player to court ratio change for 2K25. So it's hard to say. What I can say is reference some of the older 2Ks when we had the larger court. There was always an option. You had an option for taller guards to play, but that didn't eliminate small guards. Bando, what up? Bando Music in the building. Appreciate you. So I think, like I keep stressing this as well. I keep saying this in the videos. I think 2K25 is going to give people options. We're going to see a variety of gameplay. Like 2K24, you saw a lot of small guards. It wasn't until Joe Knows created the new wave with tall guards that you started seeing more tall guards, and you started seeing more people. He made it popular. Although they may have been out there, Joe Knows made it popular to run with a taller guard and be effective out there. So you started seeing more 5-out teams like in the rec center. But for a good amount of months on 2K24, it was small guard season. I don't think 2K25 is going to be the same way. I think we're going to see a variety of gaming throughout. And I'm more so speaking about 5v5 game modes. I wasn't in the park often. So I know them guys in the park, they might have been running taller builds because they had a little more space. But what up, Agent Q in the building? Appreciate you. Salute. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day at work, brother. I just think in 2K25, you're going to have options out there. Yeah. If you want to create a taller build, you're going to have the space to run 5-out. Make sure you got a shooting center. That's another thing that will determine what type of options we have, how effective shooting centers will be in 2K25. These are things that will eliminate, say shooting bigs aren't good. They'll eliminate the 5-out because you can't have them in the corner shooting. He won't hit. So, there's still a ton of information that we need in order to make a better assessment on what type of gameplay we're going to see, what's going to be meta and what's not. Mika with a 199 super chat said, do you think 3-2 zone will work with big courts? There's going to be a lot more room to expose poorly rotating teams. I'll say that's the best way I could put it. There's just going to, I think in 2K24, you had the option to play 2 fairly easy. I mean, it was silly because I'm a guard out there with 0 defensive attributes on my player, and I'm able to play in between the hash and the corner while my lock is stretched, trying to press the ball. So, that shouldn't happen. The honest truth is I shouldn't be able to do that with a 6'1" guard, 6'2" guard. Uh, I shouldn't be able to do that, be able to play two offensive players. So we'll see what happens. Again, this all really comes down to what 2K allows. So, for instance, let's say shooting is difficult, right? So let's say shooting is hella difficult for everybody out there. I don't need as much defense on my guard. If he's not going to hit at high percentages, then, I have a guard out there playing out the corner. I don't need to stress so much because they're not allowed. 2K's not allowing people to hit like that. But if they do let them be lights out, like say they got a center shooting out the corner and he could hit with a 75 3 ball consistently, that changes the whole game. And what that means is a player like me would eventually start thinking, maybe I need a taller guard with more defense, or maybe I need a shorter guard with longer wingspan, to get in those passing lanes and add defensive attributes to him. All these things start arising. But that's when we find out what gameplay looks like when we get out there. What's Mike Wang going to allow us to do out there? Hopefully you guys get that so you're not too invested. When you're creating that first build, it's like, a lot of people are going to go high risk. $4.99 super chat from Shaggy. Appreciate that, Shaggy. Thank you for the love. A lot of people are going to go high risk, chasing those legend badges. I don't know if I'm going to do that, yeah. I don't know. I imagine there's going to come a point in time where some of those badges are just OP, but I think I'm going to leave that for later in the year. Let me find out first. I don't want to just go all willy-nilly spending money on builds and this one ain't good and I have to delete that one. This for 2K24. When I was on, before I deleted it this last time, which was like yesterday or the day before yesterday. I was playing on the very first build I created for 2K24. Full circle throughout all my builds. Came back to the very first one. He is the most effective right now. Take that for what you want. Hopefully that helps you out in 2K25. Appreciate all the subs. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Yeah, it's close to 600 still in the chat. If we get more information, especially if it's critical information, I'll go live again and we'll share it with you guys. Be on the lookout for the videos. They're coming soon. Community Day is happening right now, so there's going to be way more information dropping. If you guys want to stay up to date, definitely drop a like, drop a sub. Lyrically Outspoken, thank you for the $2 super chat. Tweets are dropping from Community Day as of now. Thank you. We're about to get on it. I got to get on it. We might be dropping some more videos today. Wishing y'all all safe and blessed rest of the afternoon. Y'all stay easy. I'll catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Easy, y'all. Darren, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. It's crazy you say that I have a 6'4" guard with no interior, but I somehow play better interior D than my 6'7" with an 85 interior. They definitely got to fix that. Salute to y'all. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the love. I'll catch up with y'all.